Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, Aiden. Welcome back to another video. Now today we've got some really big Miraculous Ladybug news, so we're gonna hop right into it. Although I do have one announcement. If I sound a little sick, that's because I'm currently recovering from a cold. That's why this video is out a few days late. So yeah, sorry about that. So for today's news, we have the season 4 finale synopsis and like semi-title release, kind of. It's a little weird. And we also got two new clips from Crocodile and Mega Leech. So I will be talking about those clips at the end of this video. So starting out with the information from the season 4 finale, TF1 basically dropped a bombshell, which I don't know, kind of against it. I don't like when they release things like really far, in the future, because it's going to be a while since we see the season 4 finale, right? So I'd rather them wait until we're actually closer to it. But whatever. So they called this finale the last attack of Shadow Moth. Now that is not necessarily the actual episode title name, but that's just what TF1 called it. Okay, so that's just like the temporary name as of right now for this episode. Now moving on to the synopsis, this is: having understood that her cautiousness is the reason why Ladybug is always triumphing, Shadow Moth prepares a diabolic plan which consists of creating a supervillain able to make his victims take all sorts of risks. When Marinette finds out that Adrian is leaving Paris for a few weeks with Lila, the new figure of the aggressed brand, she's ready to do anything to prevent him from doing so. But to what point? Would she reveal her secret identity for the sake of love? And would Adrian take the risk of finally confronting his father? So yeah, there's a lot to unpack here. So Shadow Moth is like, all right, I have a new big plan, which is really good because it seems like season 4 he's actually thinking for once, right? He's using his brain cells here. So he's actually coming up with this good plan. He's gonna make he's actually making the he's making the supervillain with a specific goal in mind, not just being like, okay, let me make the supervillain, see what happens, right? He's actually trying to do something with the supervillain, which is a good move for him. And then we have the fact that Lila is the new figure of the aggressed brand. That's new. What? I mean, it makes sense, but that's just crazy. And I'm sure that makes Marinette really mad. And I'm sure also Adrian, sort of knowing that Lila's kind of not a super great character, is like, hey, I don't know how I feel about this. I thought I was the head of the aggressed brand. Why are you throwing me to the wayside here? And then we have the obligatory ooh, would she reveal her identity for the sake of love? Now, if you remember, a few weeks ago, I made a video talking about how at the end of season 5, where it's going to be a completely new story, right? So that means that the reveal has to happen at some point within the next 2 seasons. So, in theory, it could happen in the season 4 finale, which would leave, a season 5 being really interesting with, them having a reveal and stuff like that. Do I think that there will be a reveal? In my personal opinion, I don't know. Sort of with the title The Last Attack of Shadow Moth, that certainly gives it a lot of credibility. Or maybe ooh, maybe there would be a reveal this season, because you would think that, if it's the last attack of Shadow Moth, that there wouldn't be a Shadow Moth next season. But I don't know. This could also be them passing on the Miraculous to Lila. That could be what's happening at the end of this season. So I don't know. There's a whole bunch of different things that they can do. I think it's too early to say for certain here, but yeah, we'll just have to wait and see what this all means and things like that. But yeah, keep in mind that there could be a reveal in this finale, which is, pretty cool. And for a fact, if there's not a reveal, it's going to be super close, because they love doing that. And it's always ooh, it's all suspenseful and things like that. Now, I really hope we do not see a lot of clips for the finale, because this finale sounds really good. Way better than the season 3 finale, because that was kind of a letdown. But yeah, I just hope that we do not get spoiled a bunch. I think this synopsis is good. Don't give us any more and we'll be good, okay? I don't want to see any clips from this finale, but you already know Gloob's gonna come out here and release the full episode, and it's gonna be kind of annoying, but whatever. Okay, so that was the season 4 finale synopsis and tentative title. We are now moving on to the Crocodile and Mega Leech clips, which were also coincidentally released by TF1. Now, if you have not seen these new clips, I will leave a link to it down in the description below. Cannot play it in this video as usual. And then my link has subtitles, unlike some of the other ones on YouTube. So you can click the CC button. Well, if on mobile, it's a little harder to get to, but on desktop, it's really really easy. Down in the bottom right corner, just click it and subtitles will be there. And again, as usual, I just wrote down some notes. I'm not going to be going like frame by frame. So yeah, let's start off with Crocodile, which I think really is the only, like, there's only a few clips from it, so it's not really like there's too much to talk about. But it is confirmed that it is Luca's parents as suspected. Now, the reason why this was so expected is because, you know, there was a screenshot from an episode that showed, you know, Luca's parents together. I think, you know, when they were actually together, because obviously they broke up or something happened there. But when they were playing in a band together, they were called the Crocodile, not the Crocodile, but Duo. So, you know, they looked at this and then they were like, so it's basically, you know, they're just changing it up a little bit to make it like a villain name. So it's like, okay, it's pretty obvious that it's going to be, you know, these two people being akumatized together. And there we go. It ended up being that. So that's pretty much all we know about this episode for now. Like, that we only got like one clip from this episode, or from what TF1 released. We only got like one or two like small little clips of Crocodile. Actually, I think it was a little bit more, but still, it wasn't very many. So that's all we got in this like bunch of clips. So I think that's really all I have to talk about. Now we're moving on to the Mega Leech section. So it looks like Mega Leech is actually made up of a bunch of Akumas and a Mox, which I thought was interesting. I don't know if like this is a new power that Hawkmoth found out and he's like, I can just combine a bunch of these and then I don't even have to akumatize anything. Or like, I don't know like what this is, or maybe he just akumatized a leech or something and gave it power to, you know, duplicate a Mox or something. I don't know. It's very interesting. This episode looks very good, especially since we see a whole bunch of heroes coming out to help. You know, it just looks like people were confused, you know, since we got the finale news and this clip together. They were confused, like, is this from the finale? Because it sort of feels like a finale kind of thing, right? But no, it's just Mega Leech. And so yeah, it's really cool to see, since this was like a full like 2 minutes, or actually it's just like 40 seconds maybe of the full episode. We got to see, you know, like a lot of the teamwork from the heroes, and it looks really good. It's very cool to see all the new heroes together and fighting together. And I don't know, I just really liked it. And one thing to keep in mind, if you take a look at this little Pound It scene, we see what looks to be Multi-Mouse, or whatever her name is going to end up being. So we can assume that Milen is going to be getting her Miraculous, and this is going to be her sort of introduction episode, which is great. Now, I will say I'm a little bit annoyed that we're getting like this entire scene. Like, this is the climax of the episode, right? Which, I mean, it did feel kind of easy, so maybe it's not. Like, maybe that there were like 2 climaxes in this episode, and this was like the fake one. And it's like, oh, we defeated the villain. And then like later on, it's gonna be like, oh, just kidding, we didn't. So that would be good, I guess, and that would justify being able to show this clip, right? But if this is like the end of the episode, the climax, it's kind of like, oh, well, thanks for showing us the climax of the episode. We know how it ends. I mean, we sort of knew how it would end anyway, but like, you know, you showed us like the biggest part of it. That's kind of annoying, but you know, whatever. We've come to expect that here. So, you know, can't knock it too hard because that's just sort of the norm. Yeah, I think that's all of my notes. So I'm pretty sure we are good with all of those. If I missed anything, please let me know. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Sorry for sounding so bad. I wanted to get it out earlier than later because that's sort of my job, right? So I knew as soon as I was feeling good enough to record, you know, I would record. So I'm sorry, guys. And tomorrow I record Miraculous Monday, so I don't know. Hopefully I'll be better. Hopefully I'll be better. I think this is like the 3rd day, so you know, I'm on the end of it, I think. So yeah, thanks for sticking around to the end, and I will talk to you in the next video. Goodbye.
No, I swear I didn't. She sailed away from me. She left me in the lurch.